All right, so this is for the admission on ZZ Test Joe.
Mm-hmm.
This is how to admit a patient.
All right, what do we do?
You can choose,
So I'll go to my usual view. Oh, God.
Ordering physician there. All right, so we're going in. So we're going to go into the orders on ZZ Test Joe, so you can do that new order entry component.
And what was the thing you said? You do one thing first and then another.
Yeah, so there's a decision to admit order, which essentially is the decision time for the admission, whereas the PSO, or patient status order set, is actually going to flip the encounter up here at the top from emergency to inpatient, which this patient's already inpatient. But again, that's actually what's going to handle that encounter piece. So the first one we're going to do, let's just start with the PSO because you're not going to need a decision in this case for orders. So we'll go down to your new order entry component.
So orders, I'm doing an order.
Yep.
So orders add. Yep.
And then this is just saying you're placing on a discharge patient, so we'll say yes there. It's practice. And then up here at the top, we'll do PSO.
PSO.
Which again stands for patient status orders, and there's that order set up at the top.
All right. And then down and done, right?
Yep. And then from this point, you can see there's three choices. There's PSO admits an inpatient, place an observation, or outpatient in a bed. So we'll just do an admit here, and then right-click and modify that order.
Whoa. Okay, so I click that.
Uh-huh.
And then do I plan for later or initiate now?
You'd want to right-click and change the details first, and then we'll initiate now at the end. So you can see there's that red, or the blue circle, sorry.
Yeah, so what do you want me to right-click?
So we'll right-click and modify.
Modify?
Yep. And then we're going to choose a accommodation here.
Oh, monitor bed.
Medical service of med-surg and an anticipated length of stay. And then over here you can put the attending as well if you have that information.
Okay.
And then you're going to initiate now in the bottom right-hand corner.
Initiate now.
Yeah. And then what you'll do then is do orders for signature and sign at the end. So
do it or no?
you can do orders for signature, but then we just want to click sign. And if you sign that, this encounter, if it was in an emergency status, which right now it shows inpatient already, but if this was an emergency encounter, it would immediately flip to inpatient as soon as you hit sign on that order. And then the next thing you'd want to do...
Sign or no?
We can do that on this one. It's a test patient.
Okay.
And then in the add column in the upper left too for your bridging orders, once you've done... Yeah, so add up at the left.
I don't know where you're talking about.
Oh, sorry, right here.
Where?
Oh, the add button. We're just gonna add another order set. So
here.
This guy right here, yeah. Either
another
one.
order.
Yeah. And then we're gonna do MED.
MED.
And you're gonna choose the general admit order set. So it's the general admit order set PANA. And then we'll go back into those details.
Done.
And then you can see here you have a bunch of different bridging orders. So you have your patient cares, you have activities. It's going to default to like resus status. So over here on the right, you're going to choose an order sentence for resuscitation status using this arrow right here.
Oh, I see. Like DNR status there.
So,
DNR.
Yeah,
okay.
DNR. And then you can continue scrolling through these orders up at the top. So if you go over to the far right, you can just use your mouse to move down and pick the ones that you want for the floor.
So I'm picking the orders I want. All right, there we go. All right, I did that.
Yep, vitals, and then you can keep going. You got these activities for bed rest, etc. As you move through. There will be AM labs on there as well if you need to order those as you continue to scroll down. So there's your continuous infusions. You got medications.
Okay.
So given Zofran. You got
plan
all your...
for later or initiate now?
So this one is going to be planned for later, and the reason for that is when you click plan for later, you're actually signing those orders, but you're not putting them into the ED for tasks. So essentially what they'll do on the floor with this Med General Admit order set is the nurse will go in and actually initiate those orders so they get tasked for them on the floor instead of within the ED. Because the patient's location is still the ED, however the inpatient status is initiated. So, yep. So we're not going to initiate, we're just planning those. Yep. And this is saying those are missing some required details, so we'll fill those out. But it looks like it went. So if you hit refresh in the upper left or upper right hand corner here, yep. You'll see here that Med General Admission order set is now in a planned status, whereas the PSO is initiated. The encounter type is now inpatient. Sorry, I'm not doing very good here. And the location is still the ED here. You can see that ED waiting room. So now that your stuff is done, the nurse would actually go in and do a bed transfer once they've completed all of their discharge steps in the ED. And then the inpatient nurse would initiate this Med General Admission order set so that these orders that you just placed over here on the right hand side could take effect on the floor.
All right, cool. And so that's it. So we're done.